Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
This episode is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty believes your body is brilliant, naturally designed to thrive, inside and out. For those always looking for new ways to support your health from head to heels, Nature's Bounty has a range of over 400 vitamins and supplements born from 50 years of trust and care. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature. Visit naturesbounty.com to learn more.
Sunday morning. Well, can you believe tomorrow is December 1st? It's hard to believe. Well, in Washington, a lot of controversy about AI. Should it be regulated? A lot of controversy in Wall Street. Is it overvalued or is it undervalued? Well, the guy that really knows is a good friend of my son's. His name is Joe Lonsdale, and he is the co-founder of Palantir Technologies, a defense company that's worth at least $400 billion. And he founded 6 other companies that are worth at least $1 billion apiece. And, well, Joe, we've met each other, and happy Thanksgiving. Can you believe tomorrow is December 1st already?
Hey, Sean. Happy Thanksgiving, though. The year is going fast, but, we're getting a lot done this year. It's been a busy year in the world of AI and innovation.
Tell us, first of all, the controversy in Washington about regulation, the controversy in Wall Street about values. Give us your short synopsis on both.
There's the AI world has a lot of things happening. Revenue's growing really quickly across the board in these new companies. John, if you look at the previous wave of companies, they call them the SaaS companies, the cloud, the vertical software companies. And if you look at this wave of new AI companies, the top 100, the median ones are growing 3.6 times faster than the top 100 SaaS companies over time in terms of revenue. So you have some real companies growing really fast, and they're starting to add productivity to the economy. And, the key thing that's going on right now is there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of fear from different groups. One set of fear is from a lot of legacy companies, a lot of crony capitalists, we call them, that say, this stuff's going to eat my lunch. I better make people afraid of it and make it illegal. So you get some really bad fear there. Another set of fear that I think is also bad is the populists. They want to scare people with things that are irrational. And they're doing this, by the way, both on the left and on the right. They think my lane to get elected is to attack these tech guys, demonize tech. And so there's a lot of people who are rational. Now, there's also fear that I think is legitimate fear, right? So one form of legitimate fear would say, you know what, we don't want AI creating bioterror, right? We want to make sure the AI models are not creating crazy politics by being biased in really unfair ways and polluting our whole society. So there's some things, we don't want AI to harm kids. So there's some things that are legitimate, and there's some things that are totally illegitimate. And the question is, how do we regulate this? And here's the crux of it, John. There's
see, the other item on that is creating fake news, and how do we protect the consumer and the internet user?
It's a very complicated question. There's already been a lot of fake news the last 15 years. It's even easier to create fake news now and create fake videos now. And how are you going to mark that? How are you going to watch it? I think there's a lot of key questions for the social media platforms. What we're going to do here. So I think these are real questions, and they're legitimate, and they're not just BS. And so I don't think the answer is you just let big tech do whatever it wants. But I'll tell you the crux of the problem is AI right now today. It's about to make healthcare, half the cost and cheaper and better. It's about to fix education. It's about to make everything cheaper in our society. So we have a real golden age coming if we make AI work. We also have our adversary, China, is a real serious adversary. And if we don't keep our AI working, and they do, they're going to crush us. They're going to crush us militarily. They're going to crush us economically. So we have this real threat with China. We have this real opportunity. And the question is, how do you square the circle? How do you get the good without the bad? And a lot of us are saying, you know what, we're not going to get the good if we have 1,200 state laws all regulating AI in different ways? There's a lot of nonsense right now coming from the states, and that's what a lot of us are trying to say. We have to stop this utter nonsense that's coming from tons of these states, including, by the way, New York, where you are.
Understood. I mean, we got our own problems in New York, where this mayor-elect Mondani used a lot of AI, used a lot of cartoons, a lot of TikTok, and he outwitted, outfoxed, whatever words you want to use, the normal political candidates. And I'm sure that model is going to be used around the country on elections like that.
We need young people who know how to use social media to be our candidates. Cuomo was a terrible candidate, and it didn't work out there. But I'll tell you, AI is already being blocked in New York in lots of really dumb ways right now. You're already blocking it with the teachers' unions in schools there entirely. So if you want to use AI to personalize and lift up any kind of young people, you have to do it at a homeschool now. You can't even do it in a private school in New York. And there's a new thing called the RAISE Act. You probably saw they just tried to pass the RAISE Act, and it targets startups with as little as $5 million revenue. There's tens of thousands of startups around the country that would be targeted, and they could arbitrarily find them from New York. And so you start getting this state-by-state patchwork, and you're going to have these crazy blue states just blocking our innovation in our country. And by the way, you asked about the valuations. If you start to block startups all around the country from growing, then of course the infrastructure is going to be overvalued because you're not going to be able to build on top of it anymore. So this is a really big question for the whole sector. Are we going to have thousands of these really dumb one-off regulatory rules, or are we going to have something more coherent for our country?
Joe, the other thing that people are concerned about is that we're going to be outmaneuvered, outwitted by China and what they're doing.
And you know what? China is a real threat, John. I would have told you 15 years ago. I was one of the guys who would tell you, what? They're just copying us. Almost everything's a copy. And they are very good at copying. Even today, they copied our best AI, but they copy and they improve on it. And they're really good at it. And they're really good at starting to do new innovation themselves as well, on top of what they've learned from us. And so China is a really serious adversary. We're going as hard as we can in the defense world to make sure we stay ahead of them and deter them. But if we create our own regulatory apparatus in every state, if we slow down the state of AI in the U.S. and we don't create advances that we can build on top of for our military as well as our economy, then yes, China's going to crush us. So this is existential. It has to be that we win and they lose, and that's what will happen if we get this right. If you let states like New York and all the others do these one-off regulatory apparatus, then China will crush us. We can't allow it to happen.
Now, I understand you live in Texas, and there's a different philosophy in Texas than there is in New York or Illinois or California. And a lot of politics involved no matter what we do. We were talking about Jamie Dimon the other day, and they are building a new headquarters in London. I guess they want to diversify. And they got more employees in Texas than they do in New York, and they opened up a $4 billion most beautiful building I've ever seen. How do you see that's going forward?
I moved from California to Texas because I like living in a free society, Sean. And we're already building so many things here the last 5 years. My friend Elon and his guys built the largest factory in the world right nearby. It took 18 months. I co-founded Saronic, which is already building hundreds of autonomous warships here, and it's something we would still be in permitting if I tried to do it in New York or California. All my top robotics companies that are going to really raise productivity in the U.S. and bring a lot of wealth, they have to work in places like Texas because California and New York don't allow a lot of this stuff. And so Texas is great, but I'll tell you what, even in Texas, and we do have a lot better laws here, even in Texas, there's a lot of disagreement on what to do with AI. There's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of the populists trying to convince people to block it. And so I think the red states are doing a better job of this, but I think both the red states and the blue states, we got to make sure the populists, the fear-mongers, don't win and don't let China win.
Joe, it's December 1 tomorrow, and 2026 is around the corner. Which way is our country going? I mean, you already went to Texas because because it's a free world there. our company is slowly transitioning a little bit to Florida because in a real estate business, it's, I was on Fox the last week. You know what I said? Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
True.
So tell us, which way did 2026 going? I mean, do you have a pulse on it yet?
There's some really positive things I'm seeing in our country, John. So the key way that we make everyone wealthier is productivity growth. And if you go back, the last time we had an industrial revolution where productivity really went up a lot, it was 1870 and 1900. And over those 30 years, the average person, the working class person, anyone listening, their ancestors, was on average more than twice as wealthy in real terms. So that you really made the country go from a very poor place to a very wealthy place with productivity growth. And that's what we're about to see again right now. And these companies, they are growing fast. They're going to bring down costs. We're going to have disinflation, and you're going to start to see it the next couple of years in our economy. It's this really cool wave. And so it's going to be obviously disruptive, but in my view, it creates more better jobs and makes everyone overall much, much better off. So I'm very optimistic on America. We have to stop the crazy populists from breaking it, and we're all going to be in a much better place soon.
And I agree with you. I'm very optimistic in America. I spoke to the president, and he's got industry coming back from America. It's coming back from the Far East. It's coming back from Mexico. It's coming
we're building
back
here.
from all over.
We're building in the U.S. This technology allows us to do advanced manufacturing. I'm investing billions of dollars myself as well in building biomanufacturing here, building defense manufacturing here. We're going to build ships for the first time. John, just this year we have the fastest large ships built in the USA since World War II with Saronic here. And so we have real things happening in America that we have to make sure we keep making them legal.
Well, I agree with you 100%. And now our time is up, but I think we should have further discussions and share it with the American people on a Sunday morning, because that's when they sit around and they think about things and they make decisions.
I love it. Well, John, you're a great patriot. It's an honor to be on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and let's catch up again real soon.
Take care.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.